Hanover Coach's Corner, a service of a Citizen, State Bank, Sandy's Hardware and Lumber, B&W Electric, the Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, including Hanover Insurance, Blue Valley Technologies, Midwest Products, Hanover Electric, and the Citizens National Bank.
Most insurance ads end at competitive rates, as if that's all that matters. At Blue Valley Insurance in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville, that's just where we begin. When it comes to insuring your home, car, camper, or boat, we offer you personalized advice and service, along with a choice of companies to fit your needs. And yes, competitive rates too. When you need insurance, contact Blue Valley Insurance.
If a job is worth doing, it's worth doing right. That's the policy of B&W Electric Incorporated of Hanover. B&W has 5 certified technicians to handle all of your electrical needs. They provide computer designs and layouts on new homes for complete heating, air conditioning, electrical, and plumbing plans. Plus, for Ritchie Waterers and Parts, it's B&W. Call 337-2598 or stop by 107 West North in Hanover. B&W Electric Incorporated. Because if a job is worth doing, it's worth doing right.
When you have a debit card, you can pay as you go and not build up debt on costly credit card balances. Our debit cards are convenient, easy to use, and accepted at merchants everywhere. Each month, we supply an accurate, easy-to-read statement of all your debit transactions, freeing up your quality time for your family. Debit cards, better than plastic and easy to use. Citizen State Bank of Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Quality banking since 1907. Member FDIC.
See Andy Bruna at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover for a full line of your everyday hardware needs and all the building supplies you'll need to get the job done right. Just about anything you might need around the farm or home is found at Andy's, and always fast, friendly service when you need it. It just makes good sense to shop at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover, Kansas, a Plyout Wildcat booster. That's Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover.
Thank you for tuning in. Today's guest is Matt Heuer, head coach of the Hanover Wildcats. How are we doing today, Matt?
Just fine, thank you.
Good. Football season right around the corner, coming off a kind of uncharacteristic last year, because I guess the biggest question is, how is everyone's health heading into this new season?
You know, all the returners that we have, came in and they worked hard over the entire offseason. I think that we've made some giant steps in, some development. And as far as injuries go, they're, all mended, and we're definitely at this point of the season, is in good of health as we could possibly be.
That's good here. I always like to hit the ground running with the full squad at the beginning of the year. Just kind of looking at what you have returning, defense seems to be a strength this year. How's that going to help out your team this year?
Well, I think any time, especially at the beginning of the season, I think, defense is one of the things that's going to help you the most, just for the simple fact that, offense is a little bit more timing and a little bit of a case of, needing to have a few more of those game reps, but at the same time, I think that the way that last season went was able for us to gain some experience with kids that probably wouldn't necessarily have had that experience had we stayed healthy last year. So I feel like that, in the end game from last year is probably a big benefit for us, moving forward into this year. And, anytime offensively that you start a new quarterback, it's probably going to be one of those cases where you're going to have some growing pains. So, you really look for that defense to, kind of help bridge that gap and, kind of sustain you on a positive track.
You talked about a new quarterback, a little bit new faces on that offensive side. How do you keep the team focused on that side of the ball, especially focused throughout the year to build on week by week?
Well, I think you just got to, understand that there's going to be some growing pains, and there's going to be some situations where, you might, struggle a little more than others, but that's, it can't deter you, and it's got to be a case of, just plugging along and doing the very best that you can. And, that being said, that goes no matter what. It doesn't matter if you have 8 kids back on offense, you're still going to have those instances where you might end up having some struggles. So, it's really no different in that sense as to how we would, preach it this year as opposed to any other year.
Same year, just keep grinding week by week. That seems to always be the focus. The first game, kind of a tough one coming up against Clifton-Clyde. What's some goals for that game, or I guess keys to that?
Well, I think we're going to have to be physical. It's one of those things where they're going to come in and they're going to be physical like they are all the time, and they're going to, try to run the ball downhill at us, and we're going to have to be prepared for that. And, offensively, we're going to have to know that they play kind of an aggressive style of defense, and we're going to have to make sure that we, somewhat adapt to that. And as far as the game goes, it's exciting. It's one of those games where, you play some tough competition like this at the very beginning of the season. You can kind of see exactly where you're at as a football team and maybe, be able to dive in a little quicker on making adjustments to where you need to go throughout the course of the rest of the season.
You do have quite a few kids, like you said, returning this year. Do you see different confidence or maybe a hunger in those kids coming off a year that was kind of unlike any others?
Well, I think so. These guys are, extremely coachable, and they've been working extremely hard, and they've come together really well as a team. That's the one thing that, this group is, in it for the common goal. And I think that's, exciting as we move forward. And I think that's something that, we can really hang our hat on and, make sure that we're doing it as a team and we're taking those strides together. And everything that you do as a group is going to be more successful as opposed to individually.
Always a key, the game of football, that's how it goes. I think that's it for me, Coach.
That should do. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Not everyone's going to become a Lennox dealer, so you'll be glad to know when you buy a Lennox from Hanover Electric Incorporated, you not only get the best products in the business, you also get a tradition of experience in making sure your home is as comfortable as it can be. Because every independent Lennox dealer must pass the Lennox Quality Dealer Standards Program, the toughest test in the industry, and what it means is you get a dealer you could always count on. Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Raise your hand if you need more internet speed. It's time to get your hands on much faster internet. Don't settle for yesterday's internet speed when you have a home full of today's devices. Upgrade your Blue Valley Technologies internet speed now to the speed you need and get a $50 bill credit. If you're new to Blue Valley, you get 2 months free and everyone gets free installation on managed Wi-Fi. Visit bluevalley.net/raise your hand today.
Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank. With the century of experience, you know you can count on us for convenient banking and personal service for people you know and trust. With extended hours and online banking for all your financial needs. Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank.
Hanover Coach's Corner, a service of a Citizen, State Bank, Sandy's Hardware and Lumber, B&W Electric. The Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, including Hanover Insurance, Blue Valley Technologies, Midwest Products, Hanover Electric, and the Citizens National Bank.